In a season titled Fire and Ice, the second installment of Marble Mayhem has been all about the competitors' abilities to balance the elements. Igneous, a fire-themed marble, started off strong in the Flaming Seesaw, but has since begun to slip in the standings. We saw our first rookie win in just the second event, with Camo shocking the world, and the balancer himself, Thanos, ended the first half of the season with back-to-back wins and a 6-point lead in the overall standings. Will he continue on a roll? Will Helios bounce back after a shaky first half? Will an unexpected contender rise? I'm Ricochet, and this is Marble Mayhem. Marble Mayhem Fire and Ice rolls on into the second half of the season as we start fire jousting here with event number 5 of Marble Mayhem Fire and Ice. This is similar to the jousting that we saw in the first ever event of Marble Mayhem back in Season 1. This is a tournament-style event. We will seed each marble 1 through 16. They'll face off in a best 2 out of 3 in the first round to advance then into the quarterfinals, or the losers will go into a consolation bracket. Once we get through the first round, it is sudden death all the way through, including the championship match. We'll begin with our number 1 overall seed, Thanos, against the 16 seed, Shockwave. And a little bit different, the jousting is not just going to be against each other, as you see those orange markers towards the bottom. You want to avoid those fire pits, and Thanos falls down immediately. A little bit of a pressure put on the overall point standings leader. Huge hit by Shockwave. To be in the driver's seat now. Shockwave last in the standings with just 12 points to 53 for Thanos. Huge upset if they could finish it off. They miss each other and continue to bounce one way off and on, and Thanos drops. Shockwave sweeps round 1 to advance to the quarterfinals. Huge upset to start. Now Wormhole against Waterfront. They make contact. Waterfront bouncing from left to right and right to left. Wormhole a little bit of trouble trying to stay up long enough, and they do. Wormhole was just running around on that bottom lane, but was able to stay up long enough for Waterfront to fall, and they make hard contact here. Wormhole again comes close. Waterfront is going to drop. And Wormhole sweeps the first round matchup to face Shockwave in the quarterfinals. Now we get Dragon's Breath against Igneous. Fire on fire. And Igneous falls quickly. I'm sorry, Dragon's Breath, I think that fell first. And now both sides bouncing up and down. Not very much contact with each other, and that one, you see, they were mostly avoiding each other, but that was a head-to-head contact that caused the fall. And so Dragon's Breath is through. And that will bring up Shimmer against Limelight, and Shimmer falls immediately. A pounding put on by Limelight to take the lead. 1-0. And answering back is Shimmer. Almost the exact same thing that Shimmer suffered from in that first matchup with Limelight. The punishment this time is put on by Shimmer to even it up and force a decisive third game. Limelight off to the right side, and Shimmer falls quickly, and then Limelight follows, but long enough to stay alive and advance to the next round. Now Spirit against Helios. What a story this would be if Spirit was able to upset Helios. But Spirit falls behind. Clearly the most disappointing out of the rookie marbles. And now Spirit able to knock down Helios and even it up and keep themselves alive. Huge hit by Spirit. Coming up clutch to stay alive. One more. It would be a huge upset for the rookie against the veteran champ. They miss each other and Spirit drops. Helios moves on. And now another rookie in Tydad will face off against Brain Freeze. They miss each other. Tydad, knocking all over the place, got stuck, jammed out, and then hit Brain Freeze and stays up long enough. Look at that. Back and forth, back and forth. It looked like Brain Freeze was about to knock Tydad down, but a little bit of luck keeps the Rook alive and in the lead. And now Tydad tries to finish it off with some contact with Brain Freeze. More contact. And Tydad's going to fall. But clearly, Tydad is playing a physical game with Brain Freeze, unwilling to give in. And it sends us to this third game. And now Tydad had too much rotation going and spins into the fire to end their chances at a win. And now Polygon against Hypnosis. Polygon gets a little bit of a rejuvenation after nearly falling and then getting tossed back up into the arena, and eventually Hypnosis falls. So Polygon did just enough to stay alive. They miss each other again, and again ricochet back and forth along the arena here, and Hypnosis gets a point. These marbles have had some violent hits against each other. Everybody trying to advance to the next round. A lot of spin on Polygon, and just long enough to stay up for Hypnosis to go down and Polygon to advance to face the winner of this final first round matchup, Camo and Mic Drop. And Mic Drop puts the hammer down on Camo in this first matchup in the best of three. And now they miss each other, and Mic Drop falls immediately. Disappointing on that second turn to force a decisive third game. Who moves on and clinches that last spot? It's going to be Camo, as Mic Drop fails on the last two times to even make contact. That sends us to the quarterfinals. And we get Shockwave, who took out Thanos, and Wormhole defeated Waterfront. And it's Shockwave going down first. Wormhole's into the semis. Now Dragon's Breath against Limelight. And Limelight falls quickly. Two very quick quarterfinal matchups determine our first semi. It is Wormhole against Dragon's Breath. And now Helios and Brain Freeze face off for the third spot. They miss each other, and a takedown by Helios. And the final semifinal spot up for grabs. We'll see if a rookie can get in. Camo looks to do that. Contact with Polygon. Polygon falls, and Camo is into the semifinals. And our consolation begins. There is the bracket. The first round losers will face each other. If they win, they then go on to face the losers from the quarterfinals. So it's Thanos against Waterfront. Overall point standings leader Thanos with an easy win as Waterfront drops. And we'll face Polygon now with Thanos. But first, we get Igneous against Shimmer. And they make contact, even contact on both sides there. Who's going to fall first? Igneous a little erratic, but able to stay up long enough, and Shimmer drops. Igneous will face Brain Freeze. Now we get Spirit and Tydad for the right to play Limelight. Two rookies going up against each other on opposite sides of the spectrum early on, and Spirit will drop. Tydad with dominance there. And one more rookie will face a disappointing marble so far in Mic Drop. It is Hypnosis and Mic Drop, and Hypnosis just knocked out Mic Drop easily. So you see now on your screen the remaining looks at the consolation bracket. It's Thanos and Polygon just got the hammer dropped. Thanos will advance to face either Brain Freeze or Igneous. And that will be determined right now. These are all winner-take-all. They miss each other. Brain Freeze gets a little crazy. Igneous trying to slow it down. Fire and Ice. This is a fire event. And Ice is going to win. Wow. Brain Freeze upsets Igneous to move on to face Thanos. Now Tydad against Limelight. Limelight moving slowly, Tydad quickly. Which tactic is going to win out? Look at Limelight. As slow, as steady as it gets, and they will advance and play either Shockwave or Hypnosis. Interesting tactic by Limelight, and it worked. See if anybody else does that. Certainly not Brain Freeze, who nearly went out of the arena. It's really tight. They avoid contact, and Hypnosis drops. Very tight matchup there between Shockwave and Hypnosis, but it goes the way of the veteran. And now we get Thanos and Brain Freeze. And they miss each other, and again, Brain Freeze going crazy. This time it doesn't work. Thanos moves on to the finale of the consolation round to face either Limelight or Shockwave. Let's see what Limelight does here, and not much. Had an interesting tactic the first time, not really a chance to get that going here. And it'll be Thanos and Shockwave facing off for the consolation prize. They miss each other again. Shockwave off to a quick start. Thanos, close, trying to stay on. It is a win in the consolation for Shockwave. So Shockwave beats out Thanos to claim the consolation bracket, and it sends us to our semifinal. Dragon's Breath, Wormhole. Dragon's Breath slow as it goes, and falls just before Wormhole into the finals against Camo or Helios. Wormhole needs a good running, and they've got at least a runner-up. And Camo drops. Very tight. Helios with a great move just to get enough of the corner to stay up. And it is a guaranteed runner-up, if not a championship in this event for Helios. Now the consolation third place game. Dragon's Breath against Camo. And it'll be Dragon's Breath as Camo falls pretty quickly. And now the finale. This is winner take all. Comes down to this point. Helios from the left. Wormhole from the right. They drop down into the arena. They make contact with each other. And here we go. Who's going to stay up long enough? Helios on the left side. And Helios drops before Wormhole goes down in the middle as a champion. Wormhole with a huge win. Exactly what they needed. They take out the defending champ. Helios, who was tied for second in the point standings, may very well take the lead. Wormhole gets the event win. Second career win. Helios is now the point standings leader after finishing in second. Dragon's Breath, Camo, and Shockwave round out the top 5. It's a 1-point lead for Helios. Camo is 5 points back in third. Dragon's Breath overall running in fourth. Then Wormhole, Tydad, Hypnosis, and Shimmer with 40 points. And Mic Drop has dropped down to last place now, being surpassed by Shockwave. As we will have our next event, it's the Frozen Plinko, event number 6 on MSPN of Marble Mayhem Fire and Ice. But until then, we'll see you soon. I'm Ricochet, and you've been watching Fire and Ice on MSPN.